Hey everyone, this is Simon Learn here. This video is going to be mainly for Windows 10 users who haven't moved over to Windows 11. Microsoft has extended security updates, if enrolled, until 2027. Windows 11 users, yes, there are still hundreds of thousands of users who are still using Windows 10 who have not yet converted over to Windows 11. This video, if you are a Windows 11 user, you would probably learn something, but Windows 10 users who have not converted over to Windows 11, you will definitely learn something with this video. This video is going to be a quick video. Stay to the end. Thanks for watching.
You are watching Tech Support Spy.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Tech Support Spy. I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. We're going to talk about some differences between Windows 10 and Windows 11. We're going to talk about the start menu. The start menu between the two operating systems. I'm going to give you just a few quick differences so you understand when you are converting over from Windows 10 to Windows 11, you'll see some of the differences in the start menu. If you're a Windows 11 user, you'll see, yes, there are some differences between the start menu from your old Windows 10 computer that you used to use to Windows 11. And again, you might learn something if you are a Windows 11 user. Let's go ahead and dive into these differences. All right, let's talk about the first differences in the start menu. So one of the things is when you're working with Windows, right? And this goes back to I feel like Windows NT. I can't fully remember. If you know when the start menu first came about in Windows, comment below. But in Windows 10 and Windows 11, we know the start menu is the same. It's always the 4 squared window pane, right? If you're in Windows 10, it's going to be on the lower left corner of your screen. If you're in Windows 11, it may just be down in the center. There's ways to move the taskbar to the left and have it sit on the left like it used to in Windows 10, but it's always that 4 squared window pane. So we're going to start off with the left side of the screen is going to be our Windows 10 computer, and then on the right is going to be our Windows 11 computer. So the 4 squared window pane, as you left click on that, you see how the start menu opens up. It has the list of my applications that's on this Windows 10 computer, and it has some of the tiles for some of the pin applications that I have that's on pinned to the start menu. You'll see I have all my applications here, right? Now let's go to the Windows 11 computer and left click on the start menu, and let's look at the differences. The difference is when you first turn on your Windows 11 computer and you open up the start menu, this is how it's going to look. It's going to have all your applications categorized. It'll have all your pin applications at the top. One thing that you'll learn, if you want to change this so that it shows the list of applications, click on the view category here and go down the list. And then you'll see you have all your applications now similar to the list view like you had in Windows 10. One of the things to be mindful of between the two start menus are the power button. When you open up Windows 10 and you open up the start menu, you'll see that the power icon is on the lower left corner of the start menu box. In Windows 11, you'll see that the power icon on the start menu is in the right corner. One of the key differences that to be aware of is the settings menu. So when you open up the start menu and you see the gear, right? You see the gear that has the settings option. What you can do is you click on that to go into the configuration. So the gear is going to be here, settings, and then you also have settings here in Windows 10, and of course here in Windows 11. All right, we're almost done here. So take a look at the differences between the two, right? So for Windows 10 on the left, you got System. Windows 11 on the right, you got System. Devices is Bluetooth and printers. You got Bluetooth and devices. Mobile devices, that's one thing that you'll see, that mobile devices is not showed or listed, right, in Windows 11. So one of the things that you have to do is you'll see, let's go into Windows 11 and go into Bluetooth and devices. Bluetooth and devices, you'll see a listing of different options here for Bluetooth and devices, printers, but you also see mobile devices. So what they've done in Windows 11 is that they've moved the mobile devices option that's in your settings listing in Windows 10, and they just moved mobile devices now as a category that you can get to under Bluetooth and devices. All right, so continuing on, you got network internet here, personalization here on Windows 10, apps. All right, you got accounts, right? Time and language on Windows 11, gaming. Here's a difference here. You got ease of access, right? Let's take a look at that. Ease of access before we dive into Windows 11. Ease of access gave you ways to increase your text size, allows you to personalize your window. You can change your mouse pointer, your text cursor, right? When you look at Windows 11, you don't see anything that says ease of access, right? But your ease of access is going to be under accessibility. That's one of the key changes that you see with the start menu between Windows 10 and Windows 11. So if you click on accessibility in Windows 11, you should see all those options: the text size, the mouse pointer, text cursor, the mouse pointer. Where's the mouse? You go on the mouse. Where's the mouse pointer? Go on the mouse pointer, right? You can change the size there. So ease of access is now under accessibility in Windows 11. All right, we got two more here. So Windows 10, you got privacy, right? And then on Windows 11, you have privacy and security. So you're going to see there's some difference here. So you have update and security here on Windows 10. Of course, when you went under update and security in Windows 10, you had access to do your updates. You had maybe access to get into your security here, to Windows Defender. But in Windows 11, if you want to get into your privacy and security, you got to click on privacy and security, which is different. In Windows 10, it says privacy, but in Windows 11, it's called privacy and security. Then you're able to get into Windows security. You're able to look at some of your locations, your app permissions for different apps that you may have, right? So it's a little bit of differences here. If you look at privacy here on Windows 10, you had your location here, right? Let me get this. You had your location here. You had your camera, your microphone, right? All that is now under privacy and security in Windows 11, right? So let's go back one. And of course, update, right? You go into Windows updates, you have this in Windows 11. So Windows updates under Windows 11 is the same as updates and security in Windows 10. All right, so click on that. We'll see, it should give me the ability to do some updates. So we'll click on Windows updates. And it should pop up allowing for me to do updates. So these are some quick differences between the two start menus from Windows 10 to Windows 11. I hope this video helps you, especially if you are a Windows 10 user who has not yet converted over to Windows 11. You Windows 11 users, if you learned something, definitely comment below, like this video, definitely subscribe to Tech Support Spy. And if you want for me to help you with any Windows 11 navigation or just some training or some tutorials that I can maybe help with you remotely, you can also contact me. Comment below as well if you'd like some assistance, but you can also contact me at 1-844-930-5785. You can always text me as well, and I can respond. If you would like me to get with you remotely, either on a Zoom call or a Teams call, we can go through some exercises with you for Windows 11. And we do have certain guides I want to show you here on our website. Give me one moment. All right, you can go to techsupportspy.com/shop. We do have a free Windows 11 first-time user setup guide. This is something that I think will help a lot of people, right? It's going to go through the options of what to do, what you see when you're going through your Windows 11 setup for the very first time. I think this will help a lot of people. So definitely go to techsupportspy.com/shop, download the free Windows 11 first-time setup guide for beginners, and use that to go through your Windows 10 11 setup when you get your new Windows 11 PC. I hope this helped you. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and tell everybody about Tech Support Spy. Help this video to go viral. Thank you, and thank you for watching Tech Support Spy.